Thanks, Captain.
Hey, no problem. Mm, No problemo.
Okay, don't ever say that again.
No problemo.
Just sounds weird when he says it.
I can do it better.
Welcome, everyone, into the News 4 Forum, the show you don't just watch. We're asking you to join in. We're talking about hot stories, trending topics, viral videos, and the latest in your tech news. So let's go ahead and get started. And starting off with a look at what is trending online. Locally, the most read story on mynews4.com is 2 women found dead in Washoe Valley home. This all happened just after 7 Friday night. One had been shot. And the one had been shot, the other had suffered what's described as a trauma, but did not have a gunshot wound. News 4 is working on finding out exactly what's going on here and getting a little bit more information in regards to the motive and the suspect. Of course, you can turn into News 4 at 4, 5, and 6 for future updates. Nationally on CNN.com, the most read story this morning is Comcast is turning your home router into a public Wi-Fi hotspot. According to CNN, Comcast has been swapping out customers' old routers with new ones capable of doubling as public hotspots for about a year. The company has turned 3 million home devices into public ones. Anyone with an Infinity account can register the devices on the public network. Not everybody's happy about this, though. We're going to be using that tomorrow as one of our talker topics. On FoxNews.com, the most read story this morning is dress that got teen sent home from school looks fine on mom at daughter's graduation. Here's turning things around for you. According to Fox, Violet Burkhart showed up to her high school graduation ceremony with her mother, who was wearing the dress that got the teen into trouble. Amy Redwine said that the dress was inappropriate. She would not have allowed her daughter to wear it in the first place. She said, all right, I'll wear it myself. You can see the pictures right there. I don't see anything wrong with that dress. Trending on Twitter this morning is hashtag Tony Gwynn. He played for San Diego for 20 seasons. He succumbed to cancer. This is just breaking today. Gwen had 3,141 hits, 19th on the all-time list, and had 5 gold gloves. The Hall of Fame elected Gwen in 2007 in his first year of eligibility. He died at the age of just 54 years old. All right, now on to our viewer voice segment, where we ask you, the viewer, to chat with us about some of the trending topics of the day. You can find these topics on our Facebook and our Google Plus page about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we would love to have you live on air with us. All you have to do is have a Google Plus account, circle me, Melissa Carlson, and let me know that you're interested on the topic of the day. All right, our first one today. The Supreme Court will consider the free speech rights of people who use violent or threatening language on Facebook and other electronic formats. It's happening today. According to thonline.com, the court agreed to take up the case of an Eastern Pennsylvania man sentenced to nearly 4 years in federal prison for posting violent online rants against his estranged wife, law enforcement officials, and the former co-workers that he had from his last job. Now, the federal appeals court rejected Anthony Illinois' claim that the comments were protected under the First Amendment. We hear this all the time. Now, he says that he never intended to harm anyone, and he should have the right to post them online. Again, Supreme Court looking at that today. What do you think? Do you think, if it's my personal opinion that I think that someone should be hurt and I just say it, am I covered under the First Amendment? Or no, that could be considered a threat, hence you get in trouble, like this guy did. Starting off first with Gianno, who loves the First Amendment and everybody who goes and sticks under it. Gianno, your thoughts about this one? Go ahead, just lay it out there. We're going to get the rant out of the way.
Well, you know how I'm going to start it. Once again, the First Amendment is not a magic spell that allows you to say or do whatever you want without consequence. It has specific permutations. Threats and whatnot have never applied under First Amendment, and besides which, First Amendment certainly doesn't apply to online when you are using someone else's website and format and domain and whatnot to say what you want. It does not apply. Absolutely not.
Okay, so here we go, Matt. We're fighting up against First Amendment and social media online, which I think a lot of people would agree. Law has just not kept up pace with social media and this constant changing that happens here. Do you think there's a gap here in regards to what this person had to say about his ex-wife and the ex-coworkers, et cetera, or no, it's the same across the board? You just cannot threaten anybody. What do you think, Matt, from Reno?
I think that it's actually explicitly stated in the rules. When those rules that you don't read when you sign up for social media, those rules specifically say no hate speech, no bullying, no this, no that. And he signed those rules. He gave away that particular right. So even if what Deano said wasn't true, which it is, by the way, even if it wasn't, he gave up that right. So,
Steve, what do you think, out of Reno? Do you think he gave up that right? As soon as he started typing on his keyboard into social media, that right was gone?
Yes and no. What constitutes a threat and, that kind of thing is, people go off ranting. I get mad myself, and immediately I want to blah, 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 blah. But after you think about it a minute, oops, you take it back. Posting something like that on social media is wrong because you don't know who's going to see it and who's going to interpret it as a threat. As far as free speech, I think you should be able to say anything you want to as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. But who gets offended by what you say is, I'm sorry if you get offended by that. Oops.
Yeah. Right. So the question, maybe the clarity needs to be then, what exactly is considered a threat? Good question. We'll have to see what the judges say about it. All right. On to our next topic. Parents, traveling on a plane with your toddler can be rough for some of you out there. But for one mom, she says that JetBlue took things out of line and took it to new heights. Last week, Jennifer Dubrow was traveling with her 2 daughters aboard a JetBlue flight from New York to Boston. That is, of course, until the plane was delayed on the runway. Now, Dubrow says that while they were there on the tarmac, her 3-year-old daughter said, "Hey, I need to use the restroom." She asked the flight attendant. The flight attendant refused the request. The child ended up wetting herself right there in the chair. Mom was furious, tried to help out. The flight attendant said, "Sit down." It was a whole big thing. Now the company is saying, "Hey, we're trying to make amends. We want to get things straight," and they filed an apology.
She said, "I'm a mom too. I totally understand what you were going through. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I don't care about a voucher. That kind of stuff doesn't really matter to me, but I did want an apology from my family because we really felt like we were mistreated and we felt awful about it."
Yeah, JetBlue says that they're going to do some sensitivity training, if you will, with their employees, and they offered up the family a $50 credit, and they're offering to give $5,000 to the charity of their choice. Here's the question here. Rules are rules. You can't get up no matter what the time is. If the rules say you're on the tarmac and you're pulled away from the gate, that's it. Or no, you have to make a little bit of movement here in regards to the rules when it comes to a 3-year-old who needs to use the potty. There you go. I said it. Kempton, what do you think? Did they go too far by saying no, or rules are rules?
Yeah, I think they go too far in terms of their attitude. The rule is set up for safety for everyone, which I understand that's their job. But at the same time, you don't have to be rude and to be so harsh on the mom and the kid.
Yeah, and the embarrassment too. Nate, you know the deal. You're never going to get your 3-year-old to tell you 15 minutes beforehand, "I need to go to potty now." No, they wait till the very last minute, and then it's a sprint to the restroom. What do you think about this? Should they have given a little bit more of a lenience to the mom here, or no, rules are rules?
Oh, no. I mean, again, just because it's a rule, does that mean it's right? This reminds me of the scene from Meet the Fockers, where the guy's just trying to get on the airplane, and he's having a bad day, and everything's going wrong, and he's trying to be the best passenger he can, but this, attendant on a power trip freaks out. I can just see that's something like what went down here.
Tony, what do we have on Facebook?
Everyone seems to agree that, they should have bet the rules for the kid, but Sean says, "What a terrible thing. I will be surprised if the airline doesn't get sued." And Charlie says, "I understand safety rules, but trying to kick her off the plane, that's just ridiculous and uncalled for."
All right, we would love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook and our Google Plus page. Thanks, everybody, for being with us. We appreciate it. All right, coming up next, summer and grilling go hand in hand, right? Well, Steve Schroeder chats about a grilling must-have, hot dogs, when we return. Stay with us.
In other words, Melissa eats as many hot dogs as she can possibly shove into her face in a 3-minute time period. Next up.
Yeah.
That would be great. That would be awesome. I'd love to watch that segment.
There have been quite a few of the segment where Melissa has to run to some food.
Yeah, she's running right now. I can see her. There she goes.
Yeah, she was totally outside the food truck.
A good producer's job.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
I have to run. See you guys. See you guys tomorrow.
Nobody's running off to get something to eat. What?
I guess it's like, well, this is always around about lunchtime for Kempton. He's usually eating right before we go on.
Yeah.
If then he's off to do something else. All right, kids. So you see that is how we do it. That is our segment. It's like normally for each of our parts we have normally about 15 to 20 seconds to wax on about whatever the topic is. It's fast paced.
Okay.
All right,
cool.
guys, I got to run today. See you later.
All right, man. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah. So at this point, we're pretty much just hanging out until the end of the show. I'm sure Melissa will want to get in your ear.
If I don't give a chance, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I've got to be up at Incline Village in the morning.
Oh,
So
nice.
I won't be able to get back here by 11.
All right, what's going up there? A job up there?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, on.
Okay. I got one to do today. As soon as we're done, I got to put on my shoes, jump on my bike, and go.
Nice. Just occurred to me, I ain't been to Incline Village in a good minute.
It's been a couple months for me. I usually get up there, either South Lake Tahoe or Incline Village about once every 2 months or something, to work.
Hey, still, at least it's nice going up there.
It's a nice drive, and I enjoy it when I get up there. I like it when I'm up there and people talk about going on vacation, and it's like people that work there. It's like, where are you going to go?
Exactly. It's like you're already like in probably one of the most beautiful locations in a 100-mile radius. All right. So right now it's like when these things happen, Steve Schroeder has the food truck outside of the studio parked in front, which is where Melissa ran out to right now.
And it's hot dogs today.
Mm-hmm. And
hot dogs.
Melissa loves hot dogs. This
she?
is a fact. Yes.
You think we can still get there while the truck is still there?
If you go right now, maybe.
If we had the car, I'd be there right now. Just like I was last time when she is like, yeah, were you here the last time that happened?
Yeah,
the food truck was
I wasn't watching, so it's not like I saw her pop up behind you. I just saw you were gone, and I didn't know what was happening. And then I heard about it after.
I had so many hot dogs this weekend I couldn't eat another one.
Really?
Yeah, we had a double graduation.
Oh.
There was hamburgers, hot dogs, and it's like you go to one place, hamburgers, hot dogs. You go to some place, hamburgers, hot dogs, or pizza. It's like I can't eat a hamburger or a pizza or a hot dog.
Did I tell you guys about when I went to New York? I wasn't very impressed by I think I like the West Coast style pizza more than, but I mean I've had New York style pizzas in California that I like more than the one I tried in New York. But the hot dog was amazing. It was so good.
Yes.
We went to a place called the Blind Onion. If you're not familiar with that, they make really good pizza here.
Oh, I've heard.
Oh, hell yeah. Wait, what do you mean you've heard? You've never been?
No.
Oh.
I thought that was a job requirement for people working at KRNV. It's like, you're the first person I talked to there that ain't never been. Seriously.
I've been to JJ's Pie Co. I've been to, what's that place downtown called Noble Pie? Whatever.
Really
The hot wings. Got good hot wings. Where else? I'm not sure. But
yeah, all I've heard there is not Blind Onion, not Blind Onion.
Not Blind Onion, not Blind Onion. Is it that good? I've had leftovers, I think, from my friend.
Leftovers, she says. Jesus.
For Blind Onion, there's leftovers? What?
Exactly.
When I get craving, I don't think pizza. I think usually Mexican food is what I go to almost every single time.
That's fair enough.
Spados.
When I get my craving in me, it's like I'm more of a sushi man. It's like I'm down to the sushi club.
Really?
Chilling. Yep.
I
love
can
me
only eat
some
sushi for lunch. I mean dinner. I only really like sushi for dinner.
I could go on nothing but sushi, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that looks delicious, Melissa. And what else makes you want to get out and barbecue than some great weather? We have some decent weather on the way. And take a look at this beautiful photo. A lot of clouds out there. We'll be back with your forecast.
So Melissa's going to rush back into the studio.
Now I'm hungry.
I heard her voice. But...
always end up talking about food, and now I'm starving.
Well, yes, it's Monday. Of course we're going to be talking about food. I guess it's dinner time.
Hot dogs.
Monday is the only day that the catering truck doesn't come to our place.
Really?
Yeah. They've been having problems, and everybody sits around Monday waiting for the catering truck because they make really good sandwiches and stuff. But They don't show up. She's been having trouble lately, though. Everybody's been getting hungry and have to go to Burger King, you know.
Oh God, that's like.
There she goes back to the studio.
Yeah, that black and white blur that just went by. She frantically gets back in front of the desk and shoves her IFB into her ear as hard as she can. And so here we go. Shove the IFB in, and then she's got to fix the hair and adjust the mic. The shoulder of Alex Sachs, live on KRMV. All right, fix the hair. There you go.
What's with that?
That goes in the Melissa is weird category. She just had Alex smell her hair. Apparently it smells like hot dogs now. Yeah, it's Melissa normal.
Welcome back, everybody. Alex Sachs joins us now with a look at our forecast just outside with Bodogs. Pretty windy out there.
It's going to get even more gusty as we head into the day, so maybe not the best for barbecue unless you're staying in like maybe your patio area, confined area. It's still going to be sunny today. I'm sure you saw some clouds out there. That's going to be the case, but sunny nonetheless. Can't complain.
Yeah.
And so we do
You can, but you shouldn't.
You can, but you shouldn't. We don't want to hear about it. Just kidding. So we have this beautiful photo. Speaking of clouds, this was sent in to our News 4 Facebook page, and I love this shot because I myself have been snapping a lot of photos. I'm sure you have too, of all these beautiful clouds. Whenever the sun's coming up or it's setting, they make for some very majestic looking photos. So thank you so much for sending this in. I guess this is the Upper Truckee River, and that was snapped photos. Please feel free to send them into our Facebook page. Love to share them. Right now it's 69 degrees in Reno, 72 in Fallon, 83 all the way down in Las Vegas already. We're not going to quite get there, but we'll show you where we're going to top out in just a little bit. Yesterday we did see 80 degrees with a low of 57, so our overnight lows are actually a little bit warmer than average, but we're a little bit below average as far as our highs, and that's going to be the case the next couple of days. Record was set back in 1940 at 101 for that high, and then 30 back in 1945. And then our sunset is at 8:28 this evening, so still long days out there to be enjoying. Now, we talked about those gusty conditions. We do have a red flag warning that is going to affect in just about 45 minutes over our area, a lot of western Nevada and the Sierra. Also, a lake wind advisory is in effect as we speak. I understand the waters up at Lake Tahoe are very choppy right now, so it's high fire danger really out there because of these gusty conditions and how dry it is. We do have this low pressure system that's staying in the Pacific Northwest. That's in front of a cold front. We're actually going to be even cooler as we head into your Tuesday, and that's going to push on out, and then we'll anticipate a high pressure system moving in, and that'll warm us up a little bit as well. There could be some moisture dropping in Elko later on today along with a thunderstorm, but we will remain dry in Reno and have that cloud cover as we head into your evening. And for Elko, they've got 70 degrees today with a low of 42, west winds strong at the lake, 62 and 43 for Tahoma, 68 and 36 for South Lake Tahoe. Southwest winds up there could see gusts up to 35 miles per hour, but still partly cloudy skies. And that's going to be the case for Carson City as well, 76 and Spanish Springs. And then out of Reno, we're going to top out in the upper 70s, 78 the high today with a low of 50, partly cloudy skies, but nonetheless still some sunshine out there, but very gusty. Be aware of that as you're heading out. And then we're going to drop even lower to 73 for Tuesday, but then we're climbing back into the 80s for midweek, and that should be pretty nice with some sunshine. And that's going to be the case for Carson City as well as South Lake Tahoe. Finally getting into the 70s and staying there for the lake. Melissa?
All right, Alex, thank you so much for that. Well, coming up, if you're having a difficult time streaming your favorite Netflix series, you might have the reason for you coming up. Yeah, a lot of people annoyed. Stay with us. You know what? I have to say, I am a lover of the Costco dogs, though, too. Don't ever, let me tell you, don't ever, ever look at what's in them and the fat and the calories. Don't ever. Just don't do it. Just enjoy it. I made the mistake once of looking, and I am so sad that I did.
Oh,
They are
that's
good.
a bad idea. You just got to focus on the fact that they taste good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
So
Oh, and I wanted to say this earlier, Melissa. I really like that shirt. That looks good on you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dee. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Jay Bird? The $1 ones that you get with a Coke? Yeah, those are super good.
Yeah. And the price for those just haven't gone up in like forever.
I know, right?
Right, they're so cheap, and part of it is because they steam those ding dang buns.
Mm-hmm.
Steam those buns. I don't know why it's so funny, but
Steamed buns.
steam buns maybe get the giggles. I don't know.
No, it's you and the words you use to describe things sometimes when you're like, ding, dang, buns or what other cheese and crackers, and it cracks me up. I love it.
I've got kids, and I've got to figure out a better way to. I do feel as if. Hold on, I'm going to put this.
I think it makes
that word. I feel like that word is like the salt and pepper of language, but I can't use it anymore because I have kids. So I have to think of other ways to express myself. Color.
Oh, yeah. So that's why so much color occurs when we hang out.
Yes.
You're getting it out what you can't get out around the kids. Okay, all right. I recognize that. This is a thing that makes sense to me.
And welcome back, everybody. Now in your tech news, the Federal Communications Commission is investigating why so many people are having trouble watching Netflix videos and other online content. FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler says the agency has started looking into what is causing internet traffic jams, resulting in delays and choppy delivery. The inquiry will follow the routes that video and other data travel to reach internet service providers such as Comcast and Verizon. Wheeler says he's experienced problems himself and knows how absolutely frustrating it can be. He says consumers need to get what they pay for. Amen. Right, a digital dilemma for drive-in theaters across the country. A 21st century problem could spell the end for many of them. But as Scott Atkins discovered, one in Georgetown, Indiana, may actually stand the test of time. Check it out.
A warm weather ritual.
Good evening.
Where summer evenings set the mood for a movie under the stars.
There's no other place around here that's an actual drive-in.
Alrighty.
If summer makes you feel nostalgic for yesteryear.
My first impression is probably something my parents would have done back in, the 60s.
A cruise just off Indiana 64 may take you back.
I'd like to take this time out and welcome everybody here tonight, here at the Georgetown Drive-In.
A family business since 1965. Bill Powell took over from his father.
So what I'm doing here right now, I'm making up the film for this evening's show.
He's been splicing film since he can remember, but that tradition is about to come to a halt.
This will be the last official movie that I'll be putting together on 35mm film here at the Georgetown Drive-In.
Hollywood is forcing owners to spend big bucks converting 35mm to digital projection, a cost totaling tens of thousands of dollars.
A lot of little mom and pop theaters is going to miss the boat on that because when you move up to electronic movies, digital, it's a huge expense.
At the expense of locally owned drive-ins, but with families waiting to stake their spot.
As a community, we should try to encourage keeping it here.
And sold-out crowds filling the field hours before the show.
When my kids come here, I want them to have the exact same experiences as I do, and as my family has.
Families hope their commitment will prevent technology from fading theaters to black.
Relax, spread your blankets and lawn chairs, and enjoy the evening here tonight under the stars here at the Georgetown Drive-In Theater.
And the first movie shown in digital will indeed transform Georgetown Drive-In.
And the digital on the Transformers will be happening in 2 weeks.
Pretty cool. That was Scott Adkins reporting. Coming up next, who doesn't listen to a great song in the car and start maybe singing along? A little dancing too? You know you do it. Two officers are caught in the act in your viral video. Stay with us. So speaking of food, you guys, today I caught an unnamed employee here at the station.
I know who it is.
Making a snack, Antonia, making a snack consisting of a tortilla.
Delicious.
Warmed up in the microwave with some peanut butter
Delicious.
on top, and then topped with cheddar cheese.
So gross.
Whoa! I was listening until that last bit. Until that last bit, it was sounding awesome, and then cheddar. Really?
Yes.
No.
Yes, honey. I
Yes, hi, child. Yes.
Like mozzarella.
No, his was
No.
cheddar. Oh, his. Shoot,
Oh,
okay,
cheddar.
well, his guy. It was white
You're
cheddar
really
on
good
top.
at this ambiguous thing.
Right, no, it's not like this isn't Fort Knox or anything. We're not talking about trade secrets. We're talking about tortilla here, but still, it smelled really good, which was strange. It was strange. It was like you don't want it, but I kind of wanted to have a
You
bite.
put peanut butter with weird things all the time.
Yeah,
it's a funny way to look at it because you think of what couples with each thing. So with like cheese, I always think like hot sauce, like sriracha.
Yeah.
But then with
You
peanut butter,
you guys all think sriracha with everything, so you're just.
This is true. This is true. I'm a proud sriracha lover.
she told me that,
Peanut butter and sriracha is actually good as a Thai-like thing.
Yes, peanut butter and sriracha, yes, are good together.
Well, see, when you told me about that, I'm like thinking, I wonder if sriracha would be good on that cheese and peanut butter.
Well, it does satisfy the salty sweet, right? Salty cheese, sweet peanut butter, but I cannot think of the two of those. But I think I'm going to try it.
Those things.
I might try it.
Yeah, individually, it's like that Joey on Friends, that the meat and jam trifle.
Nasty. That's just.
Coming up today on News 4 at noon, a man sentenced to life in prison for breaking into several homes is back in court again. We're going to have the very latest on the Kevin Fitzsimmons case coming up. Plus, militants seize another town in northwest Iraq after vowing last week to take their fight to Baghdad. We're going to have the latest from Iraq. And finally, fans call him part of the heart and soul of the San Diego Padres. We're going to have more on the passing of Tony Gwynn coming up for you today on News 4 at noon. But finally here on the News 4 forum, we've got your viral video, Dark Horse by Katy Perry. Who doesn't know the song? Well, it has apparently inspired two Texas police officers to make a little bit of a viral video of their own. Check it out. According to click2houston.com, yes, the video is the department's latest attempt to humanize the officers. Video shows Officer Ariel Rennell and Rennell Roy in the patrol car lip-syncing to Katy Perry's smash Dark Horse. Posted on Thursday, the video already has more than 500,000 views. You can find this on our Facebook page, by the way, if you would like to share. It gets really good when the girl starts in. She takes, of course, the male voice of it all, and she gets down to it. That's all I have to say. You can see it, find it on our Facebook page. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, I did see that viral, and I like that.
Get warmed up.
Just get warmed up.
Okay. Alex is probably one of my favorite, I have to say. I'll be in somewhere, she'll come in and just like yell something in the newsroom. I don't know. It's good to giggles every time.
Did anybody catch any of that?
Yeah.
All I heard were giggles.
Yeah. Alex equals giggle.
What is it that she always say?
Girl.
That's it right there. I'm sorry. Lord alive. You guys, thanks so much for coming in. Steve, you're not going to be here tomorrow. No worries. We'll be here. You know, any day of the week you can find us. Well, except for the last 2 weeks. I apologize. Yeah. That usually never happens. We're not here on Thursday and Friday.
During that French Open.
I know. That almost never happens. But we'll be here for the rest of the week. So we'd love to see you back.
Okay, we'll see you later. I gotta go.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve. See you later.
Nighttime in my office now. This fake office I use. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, I loved it. Definitely something that I would love to participate in on a regular basis with you guys.
Awesome.
So-
That's great. Well, we would love to have you in. I usually, like I did today, set up the Hangout. Today was a little bit later, setting it up at 10:50, but normally it's about 10:45-ish that I set it up, and then we just get started, do some audio checks, so it's kind of strange at the beginning, and then we're good to go. And normally when we do our Hangout, like when we do our pieces with the Google Plusers, you can see we try to keep it, you know, a 10-second answer, 15 maybe, but just kind of short and sweet, you know, so that way, that's why you know your topics ahead of time, so when you're going into it, you know what's the point that you want to make on the answer.
Yes.
Sound good?
Yes, that sounds great.
Awesome. Now, are you a mama also?
Yes, we actually have 5 children.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Well, we have a 1-year-old now, which basically was a complete surprise. Like our next youngest is 9 now. So, so we have like a bunch of tweens and teens, and then we have our 1-year-old and our 9-year-old. So basically, I did not believe I was pregnant. Like it was like maybe 2 months, and I was like, I keep getting the stomach flu over and over again, and I finally went to the ER, still throwing up and everything, and they're like, well, you're not. You need to sit down for a second. And they said, you don't have the stomach flu. There's nothing we can give you. And they said, you're pregnant. And I was like, no.
You're like, no.
I laughed.
No, you need to retest. Nope.
Out loud at the doctor. And I was like, you're joking, right? And he said, no, this isn't a joke. You're pregnant. So here I am with a 1-year-old and teenagers, basically.
Wow. Whoa. I'm sending serious positive thoughts your way, sister. That is serious.
Yes.
Wow. All right, good. Well, that's good to know, because we have a lot of times we have parent questions on here. You know, it's always nice to get perspective of people who don't have kids and their thoughts. You know, because when you didn't have kids, you always had kind of thought about it, and then having parents on the other side going. So it's good to know. I'm glad, and you've got a nice little brood there, so that's awesome. That's perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, please pop in anytime. I've put you in the circle, the official circle that we have just for this. So every day you will be getting unless you don't want to. If you do not want to get them daily, let me know, and then I'll just invite you when you request to come in. If not, it's easier for me to just keep you in the circle and send you the daily invites. And if you're in and around, just pop in. You've got the doors open already.
Okay, thank you. It was definitely nice meeting you, and I think his name is Diano.
Diano, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she even pronounced it right. No one ever does that.
Hey, I know. It's true. We usually just call him D. or hashtag it's his fault, because usually everybody is his fault.
Well,
No,
I
just
looked
kidding.
at it, and I just assumed that it was the Spanish pronunciation of
Oh, he's not
Ano.
that fancy. He's not that fancy.
Technically Italian, but same difference.
There you go. Well,
So
it's great
there,
to have
Melissa,
you.
how's that for fancy? What up?
I know that's about the fanciest I've ever heard from you.
Italiano.
Well, hold on. I need to write this down in my notes. Diano getting fancy, 11:33. I've never had it. You guys, I am all this week. Bill is gone. Bill's my co-anchor for the noon, which comes up next. Bill is gone, so I have to head out so I can start working on all week. He's in Hawaii. So I got to go work on the noon with Samantha, because she is the one who is putting it together. So I'm headed out of here all week. I'll be heading out right after the show.
Sam's back?
Yeah, Sam's back.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of, we're all like swap out different positions for this week. So
I gotcha.
nice to see you guys both. Thanks for coming in. Great to meet you. And Dee, thanks for coming in, buddy. And we'll see you guys tomorrow if you're around.
Yep, hasta mañana.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Hi. What you got there? Pineapple. Ooh.